and gentlemen, it is a great honor for us to welcome Dr. Rupinder Singh Sodhi, a notable Indian business icon and the visionary leader behind Amul's transformation into corporate powerhouse. He is a driving force of Indian agriculture and cooperative sector, now shaping the future of Reliance Retail. Empowering farmers isn't just about improving their livelihoods. It's about investing into the future of agriculture and creating a sustainable foundation for generations to come. This quote embodies the essence of Dr. R.S. Sodhi's transformative role in the Indian dairy sector. Sir, we're extremely blessed to have you in our midst. Let's put our hands together to welcome Dr. Rupinder Singh Sodhi, a true champion of rural development and economic empowerment.
So before we deep dive into everything that you're an expert of, and you've been doing it for 40 years and doing it so well, we'd love to get to know you a little bit. Can you tell us about your life journey, where it's taken you?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for giving this opportunity, and also feeling little bit, I can say, not scary also, after a very impactful session. That too from not only a content creator, content presenter and short storyteller. I mean, you are called a doodh wala or milkman to talk.
Sir, दूध के बिना तो life चलता नहीं है.
Anybody,
We all start our day with it.
Yeah, anybody, everywhere, anytime can relate to. I've been very lucky that I had, right from childhood to today, a very, very interesting life. After seeing my turban, etc., you can imagine where I would have been born. In a small village on the Pakistan border in Punjab. Very interesting life, working in the field, right from harvesting wheat to transplanting paddy. I can say because of my little bit deprived childhood, I've been very lucky knowing what is the definition of hard work.
So maybe we won't call it deprived. You were privileged in ways none of us were lucky to experience.
Yeah, and what do you mean by satisfaction? And luckily, after doing my agri-engineering and rural management, about 42 years back, I got into Amul. And that time, Amul was 121 crore cooperative. It's not a corporate, let me tell you. Till today, it's not a corporate, it's a cooperative. So I'll tell you what you mean by what is the difference between cooperative and corporate world. So that time when I joined in 1982, 121 crore. And last year when left, the turnover was 72,000 crore. And in 2010, when I took over as the CEO or managing director, turnover was 8,000 crore. So today, Amul is India's biggest food or FMCG company, but owned by 3.6 million or 36 lakh small marginal farmers of Gujarat. I feel it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, all the way coming to Gujarat working. So very interesting life.
Do you think those early days of having worked in the fields yourself helped you understand the farmers, work with them much better? Do you think that early experience?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because fortunately I got my graduation also done in agri-engineering, and then 2 years MBA in rural management. So anything, anywhere I'm learning, I could relate to. What are the pain of a farmer? How farmer is aspiration, or like today you have said, transforming India. I mean, you are asking transforming India, the definition will change if you ask any urban or whenever you ask a rural guy. I'll talk later on.
So I want to ask you, what do you think is the secret to Amul's success? What are some of the mantras you've learned while you were working at Amul? Because for all of us, it is those sensational, iconic ads that we've all grown up with. I'm sure everyone here has one favorite Amul ad, and I would be hard-pressed to pick from like 10. So apart from those iconic ads, what do you think is the secret to Amul's success?
Amul iconic ad, no doubt, it is liked by everybody, but that is a very small thing. Amul is today around 80 years old cooperative. It was founded in 1946, before India got independence. And the story is very interesting. Palki said, tell everything story, so little bit story I'll also tell. In 1946, one part of Gujarat, which is Anand or Kera district, farmers were exploited by a small dairy entrepreneur called Paulson. He was not giving good price. So farmers under the leadership of Tirubundas Patel, the founder of Amul, went to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Deputy Prime Minister of India, for his advice. And let me tell you, that time, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel gave one advice to the farmers or to the milk producer, which is true today also, especially when you're talking about transforming India, that if you want good price for your produce, day after day, you should not only produce it, you should aggregate, process, and market it yourself, and whole supply chain, you should own it. The only way for a small people, small producer, to aggregate and do business in India, in urban areas also, in rural areas also, is cooperative society. So he advised them to form a cooperative society. Naturally, that time Britishers did not allow. Farmers went on strike. 15 days, Bombay people could not get milk. So Britishers were forced to register Amul. So it started. Today, Amul is serving fourth generation of consumer. Like my parents were the consumer of Amul butter, myself, my daughter, and now my granddaughter also loves the Amul ice cream or Amul cheese. So such ageless brands are very few. And when you talk about, I'm not come to the mantras, I'm just giving you introduction only. How ageless brand or organizations can be created with just very, very small or humble building.
I also like how the then Prime Minister had the very visionary idea of how they need to collaborate and work together and also take ownership from start to finish.
Yeah.
So then you can control the entire supply chain.
Yes.
But sir, now coming to, is there a mantra or two?
I'm telling you. First is, I think, sitting here, you can understand that is applicable every bit of leadership. First is, we were fortunate to have a selfless, dedicated leadership, both political leadership, which is Tirubundas Patel, and the professional committed leadership, Dr. Varghese Kurian, who came all the way from Kerala to Gujarat after finishing his post-graduation from Michigan State University. He reluctantly came, forced to come, and he stayed there till his last days. So what I'm telling you, these founders of any organization, they create the DNA of the organization, DNA of the institutions, which decides what will the value system, what will be the culture of the organization, what will be the objectives of the organization. Till any organization has got that type of pure DNA, generation after generation, people working there, organization will flourish. Second, I think is the biggest mantra, we call it consistency. Consistency in business objectives. In case of Amul, consistency in our product composition, consistency in communication and advertising, what you mentioned.
And consistency is hard. It's not easy to be consistent and deliver the same quality every single day.
I mean, that is business objectives. Like in case of Amul, business objective is value for many, value for money. Providing value for many means providing stable and competitive price for the produce, which in this case is milk day after day to 3.6 million farmers. And the other side, value for money means providing tasty, nutritious product at an affordable price day after day. And let me tell you, once you keep these two stakeholders happy in any business organization, one side suppliers, other side consumer, and create win-win situation, your business will become ageless. You give more, you earn more. So that has been a philosophy right from beginning. Coming to the consistent product composition, what butter you eat is the 60 years back or 65 years back. In Amul, never composition of a product has been changed to reduce the cost of production, which happens in most of the FMCG brand. When you become the market leader, 95% market share, you try to reduce the cost of production, replace expensive dairy fat with the palm oil and oil. You must have seen most of them. And third, which I think you like, is very important, you mentioned at the beginning, is communication, advertising, marketing. Well, let me tell you, branding, marketing, advertising, it looks very simple. You spend money and you can get the brand. No. I think here also, please don't think outside, don't think Amul. think where you are sitting. Branding has got two faces. One, in our case, like Amul, one side is the farmers who are giving milk, the other side, consumers. Same here. The people who are working here and your students. So what happens is, Dr. Varghese Kurian, my mentor with whom I worked for 31 years, used to tell us, any decision you take in any organization, and where you want to build any advertising campaign, anything, any marketing decision, we don't want consumer loyalty. We don't want consumer faith. What do you want? We want consumers or our both side consumers. I'm not talking only who buy butter, who supplies milk. Their blind faith. And what is blind faith? The faith which you have in your religion, where you don't question, you don't say, I don't question why I wear turban, I don't cut my beard. Blind faith comes. The housewife will not look left or right. She'll just walk into a shop, picks Amul butter and pay money and come out. She'll never check other things. Same in your institutions. So blind faith comes not by advertising and promotion. It comes with the decades of the experience, how the brand has taken care of you in difficulty, how the brand has understand your pain, how the brand has delivered more than what you have paid. Value delivery has to be more than value addition. Generally, most of the marketers say, we are a premium product, value addition. See, value addition is not fancy packaging, premium pricing, selling in a posh retail outlet. If a consumer is spending 100 rupees, he or she should feel that this butter has delivered me 120 rupees. Or if any parent is putting the children here, and if they are giving X amount, they should feel that by educating my child, I've got 10X back. That is value delivery.
I like how you talk about blind faith has to be earned. So you talk about Dr. Varghese Kurian, and for most of us who haven't been as fortunate to have him mentor us or work with him, our frame of reference is a history textbook when one of our many lovely teachers is talking about the White Revolution. What can you tell us about the White Revolution, your experience with it, your learnings from it?
You see, students are here. I don't know, you must have read about the Green Revolution. In the mid-70s, the whole India was starving. We were dependent on imports of wheat and rice. The Green Revolution came, and that revolution came from Brazil. And that was going for hybrid varieties of wheat, paddy. So India became self-sufficient wheat. Same was the case in case of milk. I remember during my childhood, we used to stand in front of Delhi Milk Scheme booth for 3 to 4 hours with an aluminium token to buy 2 bottles of half a liter of milk. And
So
that
4 hours?
And not very sure that only front people will get it. You ask your parents, what were those days? Summer, all milk sweets used to be banned. We were dependent on imports. I myself have seen all this. So what happened, coming to the White Revolution, Amul model was successful in one part of India, Gujarat. Fortunately, in 1964, Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri, the then Prime Minister, visited Gujarat. He saw the Amul model, he saw the prosperity, and then he has advised Dr. Varghese Kurian that what you have done in Gujarat, please do it in India. And by that time, National Dairy Development Board was formed to replicate Amul model. Mid-70s came. I'll give you some data. In mid-70s, our milk production was stagnant, around 24 million metric tons. For easy understanding, half a glass of milk per person per day. What? Half a glass, 110 gram. Our population was growing, production was stagnant. And we were producing 1/3 of USA and 1/8 of Europe milk. White Revolution is nothing but replicating Amul model all over India. What near Erode? Erode was the one district which was chosen in the beginning. And what is today? Per capita availability in India per person is 2 glasses, from half glass to 2 glasses per person. We are producing 231, which is 2.5 times than the USA. from 1/3 of USA to 2.5 times USA, and 30% more than the Europe. That time we were 6% of world milk production. Today, 24% or 1/4 of world production. And the way we are growing, another 25 years or Amrit Kal, will be producing half of the world milk in India. So that is called white revolution. Green revolution was borrowed competence from others. White revolution was self-conceived and self-executed competence.
So can I ask you, what have been your takeaways in life from your interactions with Dr. Kurian? You tell me he's a mentor of yours. I know he's an incredible human. What have you learned from him?
I think you are very lucky if beginning of your career you get mentor or visionary like I had the fortune, Dr. Varghese Kurian. I mean, generally people say that fellow is very visionary. But you can understand the fellow in 1949. He came all the way from Kerala to Gujarat in a small place called Anand, which was a village with a population of 5,000. And imagine that person had done his post-graduation from Michigan State University. His one uncle was Tata Steel chairman and later on the first finance minister of India, John M. Mathai. His father was the topmost officer in the Indian Army. He comes to Gujarat just to complete his apprenticeship for the 6 months, but he could sense what is there. He could see the vision that this is the place where I can start and create white revolution. Nobody will try to do it. So he created Amul, he created white revolution, number of institutions, NDDB, and you see all over India. See, everybody, there are a lot of people who have worked for India, created a lot of big corporates. But let me tell you, frankly speaking, after Mahatma Gandhi, if anybody has really worked the rural India, which is Bharat, it is Dr. Varghese Kurian.
Can I just say, it's nice to see someone who's been working for 4 decades still fanboying over their mentor.